show up. Everybody, mild, light golf clap applause for Kevin Mack and his background music. Allow in a few seconds. How about one more background moment and we'll tie this together and get started for. How about one more background moment? We'll tie this together and get started for a couple people see it. Come on in, folks. There's room in the back. One of the first 2 rows.
It's up. Okay, it's up. Yeah, and there's. It's up. Yeah, and there's. Got really quiet. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
So great to have you all here. This is Temple Beth El Salinas, and we're live streaming, so just so you know, and that's why this center aisle is blocked off.
Shalom.
I'm Cantor Margaret Bruner. I'm the religious leader of Temple Beth El. And I just want to welcome all of you here today. We're overjoyed that Kiryn's long-awaited bat mitzvah can take place with the help of all of you, with your participation, and to maintain an atmosphere of protection and safety. We require everyone, except for service participants, to wear a mask, which you're all doing. Thank you so much. And that's inside the building. And we have extra masks if anyone needs one. The restrooms are straight down the hall and on the right. Please take the time right now to turn off your cell phones entirely. So there's no pictures during the service with your cell phones. There'll be an opportunity to take pictures after, but we appreciate it if you turn them all the way off and so there's no be able to relax and be in the moment with us. It's not here though.
Okay, well,
Where's your purse? Is it over there?
it's fine.
Okay. Our service begins with the singing of Hine Matov. It's a gathering song, and you'll need a prayer book. Our usher, Jeff Siegel, will help you if you don't have a prayer book. And it opens from right to left. And Hine Matov, the words can be found on page 10. And we're just delighted to have so many wonderful musicians here today. Josh, Kiryn, and Uncle Kevin Mack on our lovely small grand piano. So, Hine Matov, it is good to be together. Hine Matov, it is good to be together.
Everybody, project through those masks today. Here we go.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine Matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu
your cell phone?
I was told I'm the official photographer because we didn't know that, so.
Okay, sorry. Now I know. Thank you.
Thank you. We got it.
Just one person.
Thank you.
Great.
She's the only one.
Sorry about that.
We'll
Now
share
I
with
know.
everybody.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Our service will begin with the presentation of Kiryn's Talit by her two grandmothers. So I invite Barbara Swar and Gail Fisher to join us on the pulpit. And Kiryn will receive her Talit. Come on up.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahitatech b'tzitzi.
Amen.
Amen.
Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav.
And we sing a special prayer after reaching this day, Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And we sing a special prayer after reaching this day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh
Page 74, please join us in singing Ma Tovu. Page 74, please join us in singing Ma Tovu.
Our service continues with Nisim B'chol Yom, our daily miracles on page 8. Our service continues with Nisim B'chol Yom, our daily miracles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sachari Adonai, Elohim ben yom u'ben layla.
Amen.
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Elokei achivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Matzir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Lokach haaretz ha'amayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamachin mitzadei gaber. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Malbish harumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Unatei laya et koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hama'avir sheina me'anai V'duma me'achapai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam She'asani betzel baruch Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam She'asani bat korim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam She'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Otir Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher tishanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asot b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvah, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Please turn commanding us
88.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, and being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Please turn to page 100 for Hallelujah.
Join us in singing. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Shama,
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and the lights of your and the lights you created, may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit in its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamayim. We continue on page 114, and please rise.
Sing together, big.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shekevod Shekevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shekevod Shekevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam livanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'beitecha, v'shivechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam le'od al yadecha, v'chayu totapo bein einecha, Uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'bisharecha man tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'etem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Otzietchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Amen. Please turn the page to 121. Amet. There is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Amet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame. Stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and Israel, we sing out and rejoice. Please join us in singing on page 122, or Mikama. On page 122, or Mikama. On page 122,
Yep, that's me. Got that.
We're gonna have some fun.
Everybody's got a yalla again. kamocha b'limodona, mi kamocha nerda b'kodesh, Torah tehilot oseh melech, Torah tehilot oseh melech.
שירה חדשה שיבחו גאונים, לשמך אספת היום. יחד כולם עומדים לעמנו.
Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi kamocha b'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nerda b'kodesh. Torah tehilot oseh melech, Torah tehilot oseh melech. Yalla again. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la la la.
צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדחנו מך, יהודה וישראל. לא עלינו, אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל.
Page 124.
Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi kamocha b'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nerda b'kodesh. Torah tehilot oseh melech, Torah tehilot oseh melech.
צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדחנו מך, יהודה וישראל. לא עלינו, אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל.
Adonai
We stay standing for Kedusha, page 130. If you are comfortably able to, if you need to sit, by all means, please. Nekadesh et shemcha ba'olam, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ, אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר, שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישפיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה.
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור נגיד לך.
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור נגיד לך.
לנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נכתיב. בשבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם, לעולם ועד.
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור אדירנו אדוני,
נגיד לך.
לדור ודור, לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור נגיד לך.
כי המלך גדול, גדול וקדוש, וקדוש, וקדוש אתה. לי לי.
La 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 la. לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור נגיד לך. לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור,
לדור ודור נגיד לך.
Please be seated. We continue with the singing of Yismechu, which is on page 132. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. We are, our musician has to transition, the Father that can do everything today. ישמחו למלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עליך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עליך שבת. מקדשי מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו למלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקוראי עליך שבת. ישמחו למלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת.
השביעי רצית בו וקידשת שבת. חמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו למלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו למלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. We continue with Sim Shalom, our prayer for peace, page 140. Grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy.
Hi, everybody. Small kid. There we go.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha, yadidadidadi, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la sim sim shalom sim sim shalom sim sim shalom tova uveracha. A little louder. Sim sim shalom sim sim shalom sim shalom tova uveracha. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la. One more time. Sim shalom sim shalom sim shalom tova uveracha. Last time. Sim shalom sim shalom sim shalom tova uveracha.
We pause for silent prayer. Page 142.
Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'akol Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen.
Say shalom, Biroma, say shalom, Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Say shalom, Biroma, say shalom, Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. In a moment, we will begin Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for reading Torah, which can be found on page 244. And I will ask Uncle Bruce and Josh and Kesley and Aaliyah to assist in Kiryn taking her place in a long line of Jewish learning by passing the Torah down through the generations, Vador Vador. Upon receiving the Torah, Kiryn will take her place, another link in the chain of Am Yisrael, the Jewish people. Please rise as the ark is opened, and we turn to page 244. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'ein kema'asecha, malachutecha, malachut kol amim, u'memshaktecha b'chol dor v'dor. Shenatan, Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan, Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'Kedushato. And now I'm going to ask Josh to take the Torah, and now I'll start with Uncle Bruce, and we will pass it down through the generations to Kiryn. She'll take her place, another link in the chain,
of Am Yisrael as we carry on an age-old tradition passing Torah down through the generations. Age-old tradition passing Torah down through the generations. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ulad netzach netzachim, ulad netzach netzachim, kedushatcha nakdish, baruch atah Adonai, Shema Yisrael, page 248. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Lecha Adonai B'Amlacha V'Ayit Nasi V'Chol Erosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho.
Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Much better. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Omeru Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Omeru Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Omeru Adonai Omeru Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Omeru. Let's do another one.
We have the honor of the cousins helping the family.
Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam Omer. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim. על שלושה דברים העולם עובד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. You may be seated. Shlosha devarim haolam
Today's Parsha, Ba'et Hanan, is taken from the book of Deuteronomy. Moses pleads with God to let him enter the land of Israel with the people, but God once more refuses his request. And then Moses orders the children of Israel to pay close attention and follow the laws given by God in order to be worthy of the land they are about to receive. Specific areas of the land are set aside to serve as cities of refuge. The covenant at Sinai and the 10 Commandments are recalled in this Torah portion today. And once again, Moses speaks the words of the Shema, the credo of Judaism, which you will hear a lot about today in Kiryn's excellent Devar Torah. The Shema is the watchword of our faith, and the V'ahavta commands Israel to show their love for Adonai and keep God's laws and ordinances. For the honor of the first Aliyah this morning, I call to the Torah Uncle Kevin and Aliyah Mack. Ta'amod Aliyah bat Leah ve'Yehoshua Ya'amod Muziki Hamikdash Halevi Livarech et Torah.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMavorach. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Bezod hamitzvah, hachukim v'hamishpatim, asher Tziva Adonai Elohechem lelamed etchem la'asot ba'aretz asher atem ovrim shama l'rishta lema'an tira et Adonai Elohecha lishmor et kol chukotav umitzvotav asher anochi mitzavecha ata uvincha kol yamei chayecha uman ya'arichun yamecha v'shamata Yisrael v'shamarta la'asod asher yitzav lecha v'asher tirbun me'od ka'asher diber Adonai Elohei avotecha lach eretz zadvat chala udvash.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'dechenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
You got time.
We pause in front of the open Torah for our prayer of healing, much more powerful when we have the Torah out. We are on page 253. 253, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all of those whom we name. This morning, we ask for prayers of healing for Kara Schneider, Arthur Winter, Mary Ellen Mack, Dolores Rosoff, Nelson Druding, Fred Vincent, David and Jeanette Lamere, Motel Haskell, Stephanie Faithy, Sylvia Seidman, and all of those that you name in your heart. Misha Berach, please join Josh in singing.
Of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu, mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
For the honor of the second Aliyah, I call up Kiryn's parents, Kesley and Josh. Ya'amod Yehoshua ben Avraham veRachel ta'amod Leah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach. Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay. Amen. Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha. V'chayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Anybody who has never seen a Torah, or anybody who wishes to come up and look at the words of the Shema right here in the Torah, you are free to come up and take a peek.
Watch watch the tripwires in the back. Please
Go
come on.
around
I can see
this
that you
way.
will point.
Yeah,
All the kids circle
come on.
if you want to bring parents. Quick,
our
roll back
mask.
and forth. See how special.
I didn't mean to bite your head off. I apologize.
I like the new cell phone policy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
show them. Show them.
Oh,
Show
what?
your friends.
Am I going out?
Okay. So it's. Okay. You guys can come closer. Hi. I start here. Well, I now start here. It's so hard to read that. Here, yeah. It's hard. It's basically reading English but without the vowels, but harder.
Oh,
As your second
that.
language. So yeah. Should they just rotate, huh? And then go down back to you. So then, yeah. Yes. It's like English.
Yeah, that looks crazy.
It's a very awesome, cool, I don't know. Beautiful language, I guess. What?
Which
What? No. From here down from to here. This is the Shema. Back, rotate, honey. Hi. So this is what I read. I read from here to here, and it's no vowels. Pretty cool.
This is nice because Kiryn could use a little breather.
I read from
most of the work
right
is done.
here.
You guys are sweet.
I just finished right here, and then I finished here. So yeah. It's really cool. Okay. Yeah, it's hard.
Dribble. It's hard for sure. Which direction does it go?
It goes from right to
Where
left.
did you start? Show.
I started right here, and then I just ended right here. Then I finished here.
And you're doing beautifully. Very nice. Thank you. So good job.
Hi. So I read from like here to here. All of this.
And there's the
There's
Shema.
the Shema. Yes. So yeah.
Oh, I see. Josh was saying there's a very large Dalet.
Oh yes. So we know.
What's
Okay.
that?
Now keep
A very large. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
And then
very big.
the V'ahavta. It's super easy to remember. So yeah. Keep
Wow. Good job.
Friend, good job.
Okay. Yes. Keep moving.
Okay, keep it.
This must be a new Torah. It's very clear.
Okay, so I read from here to here, so all of this, and then I read from here to here.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Show and tell. This is great.
It's pretty hard.
That's insane.
Yes, and then rotate.
Yeah, this is congratulations. Yeah, this is wonderful. So you can read all this.
Yeah, some practice, but yeah.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So I read from here, or no, wait, here, all of this, and then to here.
Oh my
Then
God.
I read a little bit more.
How long does it take you to learn this?
Oh, over a year. For at least
You're doing
me.
wonderful.
Thank
We're so
you.
excited to celebrate.
So I read from here, all of this, then to here, and then I have to read that.
Oh my God.
Right to left, yes.
And you read it like that in Hebrew?
Yep. No vowels, which is pretty hard.
Good job. You're doing very good.
That's amazing. You did a great job. Congratulations and blessings.
Good job.
Thank you.
Bless you. You have nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah.
Doing good. Which is your portion?
So I read from here, and then I came down to here, and then I have to read this.
And then you're done? Oh my
And then I have to do a speech. But
See? Excellent.
Thank
Told you
you.
you were going to do just perfect. Doing a good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
This is a fabulous day.
So I read from here to here, and then I'm gonna have to read from here to here in a minute. Thank you. Okay. You're welcome.
Hey, Corey, I like to hear about it.
So my portion was from here all the way down to here, and now I have to read this.
Okay.
What's that thing?
This is it's so I don't touch it. So I don't touch it with my hands. So I
Tell
can
people
point
to
it.
be seated.
So, pretty cool. So then go that way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. What? I can't hear you.
Your magic wand.
Oh yes.
Your Harry Potter one.
Yes.
Can you read it?
I can. It takes a bit, but you can read it without the vowels. I read from here, all of this.
Are there
to
no
here.
vowels in here?
Yeah, it's no vowels. And then I have to read this. Yeah. So I practice with vowels, and then I have to do this without.
One of my best friends could probably.
As this was very untraditional, everybody can now take their seats again.
Can I touch
don't know.
the handle?
I know we're all not used to human contact and conversation. I
To
get
make
it.
it shorter, to fit?
Take a moment and find
Or
your
I don't
seats.
know. Why do they do no vowels?
Kiryn does have a little work to do left, and there's a little more praise to come,
Yeah, that's true.
but not much. She's already done the hard part, most of the hard stuff. Thank you, everybody.
This is the Torah.
We will continue the family reunion in a moment.
You're way too tall now.
I am. I won't stop growing. So I go from here all the way to here, and then I need to do this.
Slowly returning to our seats. I'll put on my teacher shush. Look at that. I didn't even have to whistle. This is so much more fun than teaching the band, I'll tell you. You guys are awesome. That's not very traditional to take a pause in the middle of all this to take a peek, but especially as you saw the big fat Dalid, I knew Kiryn could use a breath too, so
Yeah.
much appreciated.
I didn't realize this would be so popular.
That was a great idea.
Well, I'm really touched that so many of you are interested.
Yes.
It's lovely that she could show you what she's doing. So,
Oh, right.
so we now come to the centerpiece of our Torah service, where I call our bat mitzvah to read her aliyah, Kiryn Jean Mack. Tamod, 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 ha-bat mitzvah chazakah, kafir bat le'ave Yehoshua.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach. Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderech uv'shochpecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leod al yadecha v'chayu letotafod bein einecha uktavtam leod al yadecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'telchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
We now would like to ask Adele to come back up with Neely. We are about to dress the Torah, and I'd like to call up our Hagba, our Torah lifter this morning, Jeff Siegel. Yamod Yirmiyahu ben Hillel Utevorah. Please rise. We are on page 250.
Ready?
V'zot Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei banei Yisrael al pi Adonai
playing beautiful music, Kevin. Right after we finish dressing. Perfect.
Here, do you want to put this one on?
We return the Torah to the Ark. I will ask Neely to open the Ark in a moment, and we are on page 256. And Leah, you could help Neely open the Ark.
Etz Chaim hi leman hazikim batovenecha Meushar Etz Chaim hi leman hazikim batovenecha Meushar Shalom, shalom Shalom, shalom Shalom, shalom Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated. We continue with a reading from the Haftarah. The Haftarah, each Torah portion is paired with a reading that comes from the excerpts of writings by prophets or judges. And these readings, they're called the concluding reading. They usually add an additional understanding and interpretation of the Torah portion. But the Haftarah Kiryn will chant and read today is one whose message is consolation. It is the first of 7 leading up to Rosh Hashanah, and it contains some exceptionally beautiful verses. It's right here. It's right here.
Thank you. Okay.
The prophet Isaiah has been charged by God to deliver a message of hope, and the awesome power of God will be demonstrated in the redemption of Israel. If anybody's a fan of George Friedrich Handel's Messiah, you will recognize some of these words. We are on page 254.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hane'emurim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Abocher b'Torah u'v'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Nachamu, nachamu, ami yomar Elohechem. Comfort, O comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and declare to her that her term of service is over, that her iniquity is expiated, for she has received at the hand of the Lord double for all her sins. A voice rings out, clear in the desert, a road for the Lord, level in the wilderness, a highway for our God. Let every valley be raised, every hill be made, and mount
every hill and mount made low. Let the rugged ground become level, and the ridges become a plain. The presence of the Lord shall appear, and all flesh as one shall behold. For the Lord himself has spoken. A voice rings out, proclaim. Another asks, what shall I proclaim? All flesh is grass, all its goodness like flowers on a field. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, Dor kol ha'olamim, Tzadik b'chol hadorot, Ha'el ha'ne'eman, Ha'ma'er u'v'oseh, Ha'medaber u'mekayim, Shekol divarav, Emet v'tzedek, Al haTorah, ve'al havodah, ve'al hanvi'im, ve'al yom haShabbat hazeh, Shenatatan lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod utifaret. Al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu modim lach, umevarachim otach, yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai, tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. Okay. 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 Shabbat Shalom. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for those of you who are able to get here in person, and to those who are joining us online. I'm going to talk about my Mitzvah project, but first, you should know about my Torah portion. So get comfortable and follow along. This week, we are learning about a part of Moses' farewell address. In it, he is telling the children of Israel that if you follow God's teaching, they will live a fulfilled life. My Torah portion contains the Shema, the watchword of our faith. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. As you can read in our prayer book, it says, we recite the Shema to bear witness to the oneness of God. To me, this means that we only need to listen and follow one God rather than Mammon, who was the god of wealth, for example. The Shema is paired with the V'ahavta, which describes our love for God. In the Torah commentaries, it suggests that there are two descriptions of love. One, acknowledging God and his power, and two, a physical and emotional reminder that he's watching us. For example, when your parents say they love you but currently don't like you very much. In other words, we know we always have God's and our parents' love, but they may not be pleased with us at the moment. When you read the V'ahavta, you learn that you're surrounded by God's love. I was reminded of this when reading about the Holland Brothers Trust Foundation, or Trust Fund. I have chosen to help collect funds for this foundation for my Mitzvah project. Because they help many different smaller charities. Instead of donating to a well-known charity like Ronald McDonald, you get to help a cause that normally you wouldn't think of donating to. One of the charities that stood out to me was the Lunch Bowl Network, which provides 450 orphan children who are most vulnerable with a hot lunch. The charity has sponsored and launched 2 angel kindergartens, which will provide food and education for over 200 children who are in need. I didn't know about the charity before the Brothers Trust. I love that I know that I can help small causes in a big way. The Brothers Trust was set up in 2017 by Nikki and Dominic Holland, parents to 4 boys, Tom, Sam, Harry, and Patty, the brothers.
You may know Tom, the oldest, from his roles as Spider-Man in the recent Marvel films. So personally, it was my love for Tom Holland that brought this foundation into my awareness. Sorry. And when I realized that I could help many people with just a bit of money, I knew that it was just right. I'm collecting donations on behalf of the Holland Brothers Trust Foundation, and the temple will help me collect donations until Halloween. I have a collection box set up in the lobby, or you can talk to me directly about making a contribution. Thank you all for your support. Another really cool thing about today is that I got to pick my Hebrew name instead of getting it chosen for me. I wanted to pick a name that was personal to me, and that's why I picked Kafira, which means young lioness in Hebrew. I was born under the Leo zodiac sign. My parents have always called me a cuddly little lion cub. Cute. But mostly, I see myself as a future leader that is confident, a little bossy, but always comes to the defense of those who need it. I have been coming to Temple Beth El since I was 3 years old. Our family moved to Monterey Bay and were immediately welcomed by Rabbi Delbeck and the whole community. My sisters and I were always encouraged to participate and interact with the services over the years. The family events and special holiday gatherings are among my favorite memories growing up. In the fall of 2019, I started preparing for my bat mitzvah. I would come to the temple once a week and work with either Rick or Cantor. When lockdown put everything on pause, so did most of my preparation. I can't say that I used my extra time at home productively, but I was able to develop quite a few of my skills. I developed my singing voice daily and prepared for several online performances. I joined my dad several times during our home broadcast Shabbat services from our backyard shed. I now can learn a new TikTok dance very quickly, and I might say, quite accurately. The worst part of this year was not being able to be out with my friends. Online school was a poor substitute for the real thing. This next year promises to be way better, and I'm looking forward to all the 8th grade activities that should now be approved. Overall, the bright side of lockdown was extra time with my family and pets. We have grown closer, we have argued, and we have rediscovered how important each other are to us. I have now been 13 for a full year, and I will turn 14 next week. I am very happy and proud to be welcomed to this community as a Jewish adult. I have always had a great time singing and being a part of the services here. I hope you have enjoyed my contribution as well. This last year was difficult for everybody, and it was the special get-togethers I missed the most. To wrap up, I'd just like to thank everyone here for celebrating this special day with me. Now I'd like to take a few moments to thank everyone who has helped me get here today. Thank you so much to all my family members who made the trip to be here today. Thank you so much to Rick for his years of teaching me Hebrew and putting up with me. A special thanks to Cantor Bruner, who has been by my side through this whole experience, and for letting me be a part of many services over the years. Thank you to the Temple Beth El family for always making me feel welcome here. I'd like to thank my sisters for not driving me all the way crazy, and for being pretty good sisters. A special thanks to my Uncle Kevin for playing music with us and making today's services extra special. Totally messed that up. Okay. Dad, I want to say thanks for everything you've done for me over this last year, but we'd be here all day, so I'd mention a few big things. You've put up with my complaining over this last year, and you were especially patient when I wanted to watch TV instead of practicing. You trusted me to study on my own time, which really helped my independence. And of course, thank you for driving me to all my requested in-person rehearsals with Cantor, and there were a lot. For as long as I can remember, you always made me laugh even when I didn't want you to.
that really helped me keep going through the hard times, especially when the pandemic pushed this day further away from me. Thank you overall for helping me prepare for today, and thank you for being my dad. I love you so much. Mom, thank you for always letting me express myself with my clothing, hair, and sexuality. I always feel safe telling you anything, and I know that I can. Okay, let me start that over. I always feel safe telling you anything, and I know that you will listen with compassion and an open mind. I love you so much, and I want to thank you for, well, everything, from driving us to school to just giving me advice when I need it. I'm so glad you're my guide on my path to becoming a woman. Being a Mack means that good food is a huge part of my life. Sharing food with family is even more special. I want to say a big thanks to my mom for preparing 2 extra meals for our out-of-town family, so I could share good food and make great memories with all of them. My mom makes dinners for our family every night, but she makes herself a separate meal also, because she can't eat what she prepares for us, which means she is doing twice the work every night. I have so much respect for her, although I don't say it. I love you, thank you, and I love you so much. Thank you. How do I wrap this up? I'm done. Thank you.
She thinks she's done, but she's not
right.
quite. I'd like to call up Kesley and Josh to offer words of blessing to their daughter.
Do I sit or do I stand?
This is totally not prepared, because I don't prepare things like that. I feel it. Hi. This has been a crazy journey. One that started with me doing a lot of the driving to rehearsals and ended with Josh doing just about everything else. It has been just a joy to watch you grow up. Oh yeah, I bawl.
Hello.
Hi. I love your name choice.
Thank you. Me too.
You don't always love the name Kiryn, and you wish we had given you the lyric. So I'm glad you got to choose this name. From the moment you were born, we knew you were strong. We knew you were powerful, we knew you were capable. And you have more than demonstrated that. Thank you for choosing me to be your mom. I love you. Oh, he's quiet.
I know, I should.
I want to say a quick thank you to Brian, who is hiding out back here, making sure all of you at home who couldn't be here today could watch this. We also get the beautiful experience of having this on video now, right? That's one thing. Video and technology has changed the way that we have felt our family this year. Not being able to be in person has been really hard, especially on Kiryn. She didn't have one direct friend that she was linked up with like many kids did. What that did was that gave her a beautiful opportunity to become better friends with her sisters. She had the 2 of them, and they were able to each in their own ways create a better relationship with her and really support each other through this trying time during this pandemic. I want to say thank you to my mom who flew in and got in. I didn't pick her up at 1:15 in the morning, and I wish I had because she didn't make it until 3. Thank you so much for that. Tracy, thank you for coming. I'm making a big deal, and thank you to the Macks, but I have 2 family members here, and it's really special to me to have some. We've had a severe medical emergency in the family, and that kept a lot of the family from coming, so I really appreciate you guys making it. Of course, to all the Macks, I love you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Friends that have come from far, Temple family that's here, all of you, school family, we are so grateful to have you all join us. Thank you. Margaret, where did she go? Thank you. Without you, these kids don't have a temple. So we really appreciate you stepping in and taking on the role of the leader of the whole community. Thank you. And thank you for stepping up. I'm on a roll, baby. For stepping up so much during this and this last year and really, I mean, you know, helping Kiryn really make this happen and doing all the extra stuff. And Kiryn and I butted heads a little bit this week.
Oh, yeah.
She needed me not to be right in front of her, and that was just fine, and you stepped in. So thank you very much for stepping in when you needed to and I couldn't. And I'm done now.
I really should have gone first. This is really good. Wow. I'm very lucky, as you can tell. My girl's very special to me, and lockdown certainly brought us a lot together. As a teacher, and they're at all different schools, and our schedules go different ways, it was so nice to have lunch almost every day together, to take breaks in the middle of these weird classes, to kvetch, as it were, and to go through this. So very special for me to see them growing up so much, to see all of it you've accomplished, and to have so many wonderful people here to witness with us. This was what we waited for. There were so many great online options, and we've had a lot of other congregants, you know, try other ones. And the outdoor, I thought, was a great bar mitzvah, and this is just, this was right. Really great to be a little bit patient. We caught you before your 14th birthday.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how old you are, because you know it is, but let's just say you're almost out of that little kid cute phase. And to do it just like the way you did was just pretty darn special. Believe me, it's in denial. I'm not ready for 3 teenage girls, as much as I think I am. I didn't perform, or that is help out with Aaliyah's bat mitzvah as a musician. Mostly I wanted to enjoy the experience from your perspective and just to kind of watch it and do it. But Kiryn and I have been partners pretty much all the way through the last year and a half as the congregation was, as we all were forced to pray and to celebrate in different ways. Once a month, I've been asked to continue doing music for the congregation, and yeah, we broadcast from the backyard with everybody else, and it was our turn to do it. And Kiryn was the one who climbed into the shed with me and was willing to sing along. She knew she was in bat mitzvah training, so the other two kind of they popped in and out, but we were a team. And I know the congregation saw that, and I didn't want to be anywhere else other than right next to you. And I was glad to share that music with you today. So.
Yeah.
I hate to see you put yourself through so much inner turmoil.
Oh, yeah.
And we all, as we deal with anxiety in different ways and deal with all these societal pressures or moment pressures. And as performers, which we're lucky to now consider you as a true performer, so many different ways. You've been singers, actor, dancing. This is one of those huge challenges, and that will empower you, will take you forward and realize that anything that is put in front of you, you not only can do it, but you can do it effectively, with a smile, even a little nausea, that's okay. But you got to learn how your body reacts and how you deal with these things, because life is full of these challenges, if not quite so tough as this one. They're going to keep coming at you. So A, congratulations. B, you're amazing and beautiful and wonderful. I'm so very proud of you. We are so very proud of you. I'd say more, but I shouldn't. We'll keep talking. And thank you so much. My goodness, I didn't know I should thank you so much. But we are a really good team. All the lows we pulled off. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Ew, shield your eyes.
Love you, Jimmy. Congratulations. Love you.
You kissed my eye.
Congratulations.
Okay. Am I done?
No.
Oh, right. Okay. Should I sit?
I'd like to call, no?
Oh, no.
I'd like to call the president of the congregation, Nancy Makita, to come up and offer some gifts to Kiryn.
Mazel tov. And thank you for sharing your lovely voice with us more than once. And I'm bringing your musical family with you. That was great.
Yeah.
So any time that you want Uncle Bruce, is it?
Kevin.
Uncle Bruce, Uncle Kevin. I think it's a Bruce and a okay. Anytime Uncle Kevin wants to come and play music for us, that's great. I have this little story. There's a little joke that's been around for years about a mother and her two young sons, which of course wouldn't do it all. So I rewrote it last night. So here we go. Miriam is out walking with her 3 young daughters, ages 1, 3, and 5. Ruth sees them and says, "Ah, such lovely daughters you have." "Yes, I'm very proud of them." This one, she indicates the oldest girl, is the doctor. And this one, the middle one, is the lawyer. And all this time, the baby's been babbling away. So, and the youngest is the rabbi. My, says Ruth, "but I thought you had 4 children." "Oh, yes, the other one is a computer programmer." "A computer programmer? Well, someone has to earn the money to pay for all that education." Okay, glad you liked it. I had to add a 4th child. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're very proud of you. You spent an extra year practically getting to this point, which must be a little nerve-wracking. And so I will not carry on forever here, but we have our typical president. There's no big surprise. We give all the bar and bat mitzvah children, adults, a copy of the Torah commentary. This is the women's commentary, and I hope you will enjoy it in years to come. You can go, stay right there. Just don't sit it on the floor.
There we go.
We also have a certificate that proves that this actually took place, and you already know because you signed it.
I signed it, yes.
So this is a nice certificate, plus a certificate from NIFTY, which is a Jewish youth program, for $250 towards a trip to Israel. And we have one former bar mitzvah who's taken advantage of that just recently. So it works. And I will now say again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And get out of the way because I think everyone's getting hungry.
Yes.
We're now going to call up Leah Winter, the treasurer and representative for Sisterhood this morning. She dropped her speech, so I know she'll be great and recall all the highlights.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. She's talented. And she used to be so small. Kiryn, we all know that you've worked hard to get to this day, and we applaud everything that you've accomplished. I look around and I see everyone here is so happy to be here and be with you, and you're all, the family are all beaming with pride. Daddy too, even though he's sitting down over there. The Sisterhood of Temple Bethel and I are very, very proud and honored to give you candlesticks.
Thank you.
And I don't know what. We hope that you will use these with happiness, and may the light and the brightness of the candles bring you joy and happiness forever, and may they be with you always. Mazel tov.
I wish Arthur could be here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arthur, yeah.
Arthur. Ooh, your turn.
I'm not going to talk very much. Everything's been said. I love being a cantor because we don't talk, we sing. But I want to say how appreciative I am to have a cantor when we have a bar bat mitzvah, because I know it feels like you do everything. Backwards and in high heels. That's what Ginger Rogers used to say. So thank you so much for lending so much musical support, and thank you too for your beautiful voice. Kiryn, you have demonstrated perseverance. You made personal sacrifices, even though you said maybe you wanted to watch TV instead of preparing, but you dedicated to yourself to this task of completing all that she needed to do today to be a bat mitzvah. I'm so glad so many of you paused to look at the Torah and see what an accomplishment that is. You are an inspiration, and I learned so many new things about you in just these last several weeks that we worked together. I learned that Kiryn is not shy. She's a perfectionist in some ways, and when you set your mind to something, you definitely achieve it. So I think you can achieve anything you set your mind to in the future. We're very proud to see what that is. Mazel tov on a job well done today. And most importantly, Kiryn took her place in L'Dor Vador, our Jewish train of tradition that keeps Klal Yisrael, the Jewish people, alive from one generation to the next. I'm going to ask her teacher, Rick Hughes, to join me here on the bima. We're going to open the ark and bless Kiryn with the threefold benediction of the Torah, and then we will remain standing for the Aleinu. Please rise as Leah, and Josh, maybe you'd help us open the ark. Thank you. I'll be right there. Let's go over to the open ark. Kiryn?
Coming.
Too many things.
May God bless you and keep you. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. May God reach out to you in tenderness and give you peace.
Page 282. Aleinu l'shabbat Adon HaKol, Latin
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our own hearts. In our temple community, we are marking the yahrzeits of Irving Zelver, Ruth Shostak, Stanley H. Kalick, Alex Newman, Isaac Schechter, Ida Rothman, Edward Greenfield, Morris Shapiro, Irving Atlas, Alan Greenberg. We draw those names into our hearts with our own. If you'd like to share a name, you may, or you can think of the person in your heart. If you'd like to rise with the mourners, page 294, Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayed echol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman karib v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach leolam lalmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yit adar v'yit haleh v'yit halal shemeid kudesha la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated as we prepare for Adon Olam, our closing song on page 321. And are we going to have a kiddush on the bima? Sir, we're ready? Okay, so immediately following Adon Olam, I'm going to ask Kiryn and her sisters and maybe any friends that want to come up and join us for the kiddush and the hamotzi. Adon Olam.
Excellent. This is a bit of a repeat after me song. You're almost ready for it. Good. So as I say Adon Olam, the answer is Adon Olam. Asher malach, beterem kol, yitzir nivra, leet nasa, vechev soko. Then we say a bunch of gibberish after that, so we'll get it together. So follow along. Right after me. Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher malach,
Asher malach,
beterem kol,
Terem kol,
yitzir nivra,
Yitzir nivra,
leet nasa,
Le'et nasa,
vechev soko, azeh melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. Follow on.
Ve'acharei kichlot hakol, Levado yimloch nora Adon Olam, Ve'hu haya, Ve'hu hoveh,
Ve'hu yeh betifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher malach,
Asher malach,
beterem kol,
Terem kol,
yitzir nivra,
Yitzir nivra,
le'et nasa.
Le'et
Then
nasa.
together, vechev soko, azeh melech shemo nikra Adon Olam,
Ve'hu echad, ve'ein sheni, L'am shelo ya'ach bira Adon Olam, Ve'li reshit, ve'li tachlit,
Velo ha'oz ve'hamizra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach,
Asher malach,
beterem kol,
terem kol,
yitzir nivra,
yitzir nivra,
le'et nasa,
le'et nasa,
vechev soko, azeh melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, ve'hu eli, ve'chai goali, yitzur chedi v'yitzara Adon Olam, ve'hu nesi, umanos li, menat kosi b'yom ekra Adon Olam, Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher malach,
Asher Malach.
בטרם כל
בטרם כל
יציר נברא
יציר נברא.
לעת נשא
לעת נשא.
בחפצו אז מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם בידו מפקיד רוחי ועת אישן ויערה אדון עולם ועם רוחי כנידתי אדוני לי ולא אירא אדון עולם אדון עולם בצר מלאך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו אז מלך שמו נקרא last time now אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו אז מלך שמו נקרא And you can clap for it because it's fun. Big hand for Kiryn G. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael Page 300, page 300. La'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam oti le'olam v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim be'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam Al kein barach Adonai yom ha-Shabbat vayikadshehu
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
It's right there on the piano keyboard thing.
Please join Kiryn in a hamotzi.
Where do I put this?
Give it to me.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Please enjoy the reception and don't do what I just did, which is sing over food. So try not to. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.